Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on in to my late review of the LEGO Justice League Brickheadz. With the release of the Snyder Cut this week, I figured that I would go ahead and take a look back at all of the Justice League sets that we've gotten, do reviews of them in both the regular review style that you would get, as well as at the top here you can actually click on a video where I have made it black and white, which you could see on screen now, as well as I even changed the aspect ratio, or attempted to do that just like the actual movie. So anyways, you could check that out here, linked at the top if you want, or of course there will be a playlist linked at the end if you want to watch this review all the way through. But anyways everyone, this is in the order that I'm looking here, one of the Justice League posters. I tried to angle them the way that they appear there. But anyways, we're going to take a look at each of the Brickheadz here and do a comparison to the actual figures that we got of each of the characters, because the color choices are vastly different, as well as we're going to go in order of their Brickheadz numbers. So here is the first Brickheadz, and this is the Flash, and this is Brickheadz number 21, and this was set number 41598. This has 122 pieces and retailed for $9.99 USD and $12.99 Canadian, which the first four that we're going to look at were all the exact same price, and these actually released back in 2018. So it's actually quite a good looking Brickheadz. I really like the dark red. I think that's something that looks really cool amongst a lot of the other Brickheadz. And I just think that for the Flash, I think as well, like this could easily work as a Flash Brickheadz from the show. You could easily change it around with some of the color choices here specifically that we got. Now, looking at the figure though, look at the vastly different color choices that you've got with the Flash here. Bright red they used, and comparing it to this, like look at the glove color as well. It's so vastly different. I don't understand like the disconnect between Brickheadz and the Lego figures. I think the Brickheadz is definitely more accurate. On the back, you've got a really interesting looking design, and you could see how Lego did that with the figure, which I think works really well. There's no printing or anything like that on the back of the Brickheadz, which they're for display, so I get why there isn't, but it would be nice if there was. Also, back in the day, they actually had different series numbers. So this was Brickheadz number 21, so that was a part of series 2, and that was one of the final Brickheadz to actually have that printed, because it didn't go past series 2. And yeah, again, look at the two figures. It's kind of interesting to see how vastly different they are. Here is the Wonder Woman Brickheadz, which is Brickheadz number 22. And this was set number 41599. And this has 143 pieces. And it's actually quite interesting. I do like the Brickheadz. It's interesting. Again, each of these I think have something really unique to offer, because you can see how different they are. Now, the actual printing and everything like that, if you didn't know, for the skin colors, there's no like flesh colored bricks or anything like that. They're always tan. So ignore that coloring choice. What's interesting is the hair color. Hair color here is black. Now, for the figures, for all of Wonder Woman's appearances in the DCEU sets, they've all had dark brown. So it's very interesting that this Brickheadz actually had it be black. Now, turning it around, you can see that she does come with the shield there, and this actually is the cheapest way to get this shield, and it only came in the Batwing from the Batman vs. Superman wave of sets, as well as the Flying Fox, so it's quite rare. But again, I think that it's very accurate to the actual figure, besides the hair color, and I think that this is a really cool looking Brickheadz. So here is the next Brickheadz, and this is of Aquaman, and this is Brickheadz number 23. It is from set number 41600 and has 135 pieces. Aquaman, another Brickheadz to fall victim to this weird coloring that they've done for the Brickheadz compared to the figure. Taking a look at that, you could see that the highlights in his hair are dark tan, and that they gave him dark brown hair. Whereas here he's got reddish brown hair, and it looks really weird on the beard, and then you've got medium nougat. Now maybe this nougat color here actually works for like the different hair color, but I just think that it's very interesting to take a look at these two different looking figures, even though they are both meant to be the exact same version of the character. But anyways, I really like this Brickheadz. It does look cool, the fading effect for the hair, and it is pretty messy from the front. And the beard, it's good. I don't really know how else they could do that besides printing, but I do like the printed belt piece there, as well as that 1x4 brick. And turning it around, you can see that they did go the extra mile here and they actually gave him a bit of back printing, but I think that, yeah, that's actually just the exact same piece that's used on the front. So it's fine, but it makes the Brickheadz feel a little bit more complete. So lastly, this was the final Brickheadz that we got here, a part of the first wave of the Brickheadz for the Justice League movie, and this is actually Cyborg, and this is the 24th Brickheadz, and this is from set number 41601, and this has 108 pieces, and it's really fascinating as well for Cyborg because he again falls victim to this weird decision making for Brickheadz. Completely different designers, I guess, who designed the figure and the Brickheadz. You could see that the printing is really stellar. I love that a lot, but I think the most noticeable difference is the skin color there. It's very interesting that they decided to go with that, but I do like the printing there. It's not at all as detailed as the figure, but turning it around, it's fine. Could have maybe used a little bit of printing here on the side or something, but I like the use of these pieces here to give a bit of texture to the actual figure, as well as using the ingot pieces. I think looks pretty cool. So here is the tactical Batman, and this was Brickheadz number 41. Now this actually released in 2018 as well, but much later on in the year, so much so that the Series 2 marking, like I mentioned before, is actually gone and it's been removed. Now this is actually from set number 41610, and this was combined with Superman, which we'll take a look at in a second. Together they have 209 pieces, and back then retailed for $19.99 USD and $24.99 Canadian. I think that this is the most accurate Brickheadz to its Lego minifigure counterpart. Minus the skin color, which of course is ruined because it's printed onto a black face. It actually is really cool looking. I like the way that they have the goggles wrapped around the mask. Maybe the actual minifigure could have used with a new mold. I really like these spikes here on the side of Batman's arm. That looks really cool. But turning it around, he's just got a cape there. It's pretty simple, but still, I think that this is a pretty good representation between the two of them. And very lastly here, we have the Superman Brickheadz, and I think that this is the most accurate depiction of the DCEU version of Superman that we've ever gotten because of the coloring here. The fact that he's wearing boots here with dark red looks great, and that he's got a dark red cape. It's something that the Superman figure all the way back from Man of Steel should have had. And the figure that we even got in the Justice League sets is a downgrade from the Batman vs. Superman one, where that one actually had dual molded legs, and this one doesn't. And the fact that it's bright red, the fact that it's not in dark red, it's just crazy to me. And I think that as we've been talking about this, looking back, I think that that was maybe a choice to make the sets more colorful for kids, but at the same time, like, I get that Brickheadz are for more, like, collectors, right? So I get that the minifigures are maybe a little bit more brightly colored, but still, I think that it's disappointing. I think that the dark red looks so cool with the dark blue here. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my late review of the Justice League Brickheadz. Which ones do you guys like? Do you think that we should get more Brickheadz from the Justice League movie? Because there's definitely some new characters and some new outfits that I think would be pretty cool to get Brickheadz for. We know that they have returned to movies very late in the game, looking at that Nightmare Batman pack specifically. That was pretty surprising when that came out. So why not return to Justice League for Brickheadz? I don't know about sets. It is R-rated. We have gotten a few mature things for sets, but I think that Brickheadz wouldn't really hurt anyone, especially one of Darkseid. But what do you think of, like, these are the only Brickheadz that we have available for Superman and Wonder Woman specifically. There are some Comic-Con exclusives, but Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman, this is the only Brickheadz that we've ever gotten. So I think that's pretty surprising. So who knows with future movies and things like that, what happens. These did warm shelves. I remember specifically with the first four, I think for sure. I remember seeing a lot of, maybe not Wonder Woman, but I think the other three for sure. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of these? Leave your thoughts. Which ones do you have? I want to hear anything that you have to say about these. And again, check out the proper way to watch a review on the Justice League sets here, linked at the end. But anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.